Hello dear students, today I'll teach you a very interesting poem which is actually a romantic poem. Romantic. That love wala romantic? Of course not. This is not that kind of romantic poem. So first of all, let me tell you what is romance in literature. In literature, romance has very different meaning. A poet is called romantic poet when he talks about nature, its simplicity, people about their problem, shepherd, villagers, nature, for example, mountains, rivers, simplicity, greenery, and he is deeply concerned about the problems of the people. So that's what is called romance in literature. And of course, it includes that romance also, romance which everyone loves to hear, loves to share, and of course loves to talk. So that romance is also part of romance, but it does not confine itself merely on that romance which is demand of everyone. So generally what is romance in literature, and which poet is called romantic poet? A poet who talks about nature, who talks about simplicity, poor people about their problem, and of course how the world can be cured. They all come in this category. So the poem we are gonna study today, that's what is Rain on the Roof, which is a romantic poem. So now let's study the systematic explanation of this poem. So first of all, theme. So student, first of all, let's discuss what is theme. Theme of the poem. So theme is that subject matter on which something is written. Theme means what is the chapter, what is the poem all about. So this poem is about rain, the impact of rain on one's mind, and rain as an agent of nostalgia. So first of all, what is nostalgia? Whenever anyone gets lost in old memories, that's what is called nostalgia. Sometimes what happens? We start thinking about our past, we get lost, we get wrapped in that past. So that's what is called nostalgia. So here rain has been called an agent, a medium of nostalgia, because it happens many times. Whenever it rains, it in fact brings back the sweet memories of past. Fine. And what else has been discussed for rain in this poem? Rain has been told, to have healing power, curing power. Sometimes there are some, painful moments which in fact wash off when it rains. So that is why the rain music sound, when it falls on the rooftop, it in fact makes us, it reminds us some sweet memories of the past. So that what in this poem has been discussed. So let's start the explanation of this poem. In fact, before we get all about this poem, let's get what is the rhyming scheme of this poem. So student, first of all, I would like to tell what is rhyming scheme. Rhyming scheme is that particular arrangement of similar sound. Particular arrangement of similar sound, that's what is called rhyming scheme. To get rhyming scheme of every poem, we always see the very last word of every line. And after that, we try to find out what is the similarity of last word sound with any another line sound. So let's find out what is the rhyming scheme of this poem. And again, I would say for finding rhyming scheme, we'll have to see the last word of every line. So see, first of all, the last word of first line is hover. So I have named it A. Alright. After that, space written, I have named it B, because do you find any similarity between hover and space in respect of sound? Of course, no similarity is there. So that is why, since there is no similarity, they would be named differently. I would call a sphere B. Then darkness. Once again, darkness does not have similarity of sound with previous sounds. So it would be called C. Now see tears. So spares and tears, they are producing the similar kind of sound. So that is why they would be named the same. I would call tears B. After that, pillows. There is no similarity of word pillows with any previous sound, so that is why it would be called D. Then bed, again no similarity is there, so it would be called E. It's E written, not C. And then patter, again patter does not have similarity with previous sound, so it would be called F. And then overhead, see overhead is creating the same sound of bed, so that is why their names would be same. So the rhyme scheme, this would be called E. Alright, so that is why if you are asked what is the rhyme scheme of this poem, so the rhyme scheme of this poem is A B C D, and after that D E F E. So this is the rhyme scheme of this poem. So let's start the explanation of this poem. And I forgot to mention very important thing, that Coates Kinney is the poet of this poem. So he tells us, when the humid shadows hover. Humid shadows means clouds full of water, rain. He says when clouds full of rain droplets hover means fly around over all the starry space. Space means sky, which is starry means which is full of stars. So the poet says, when the clouds full of rain water droplets fly around the sky full of stars, and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears. So melancholy means sad, darkness. See, in this line, personification poetic device has been used because darkness has been called sad. Who can be sad? Humans can be sad. So here darkness has been called sad, so that is why personification has been used here. You must be knowing, when a non-living thing is presented as living, that's what is called personification. So darkness, which has been called sad, gently weeps. So that darkness weeps in rainy tears. So that darkness weeps in rainy tears. How rainy tears are there? Those clouds are there. They shower water droplet down. So those water droplets have been called, they have been called tears of darkness. And once again, in the next line, personification has been used here because darkness has been called weeping. And of course, who weeps? Humans. Once again, it's a humanly verb which has been connected with darkness. So even in this line, personification poetic device has been used. So at that time, so in nutshell, the poet is saying in first four lines, when in fact clouds shower their rain and when darkness is there, at that time, what a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed. It always gives very delightful feeling to lie in cottage chamber bed. Cottage is a kind of house, chamber is small room is there. So in that small house, small room, when you lie in your bed, what a blissful, what an enjoyable feeling is there when it is raining out. At that time, when you lie, in your bed, it always gives you very delightful feeling. And lie listening to the patter. See, illustration, lie listening. And previous line illustration, cottage chamber. Alright, lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. And when you hear this soft pitter patter of the rain on the tiles of your roof, when you hear soft musical sound, it always gives you very blissful feeling. You get completely nostalgic about what? About the beautiful past memories when you get this delightful symphony music in your ear. See, I in fact went wrong when I told in cottage chamber illustration is there, because see, sound is not same. Cottage is ka sound, chamber is cha sound. So here illustration is not there. Where is illustration? In lie listening. Alright, so the poet says it always gives you very delightful feeling when you hear this soft musical sound of the rain falling on the rooftop. Fine. So let's see the next paragraph. The poet says, every tinkle on the shingles. What is tinkle? Soft musical sound is tinkle on the shingles. Shingles mean square rectangular tiles which are used on the roof, they are called shingles, has an echo in the heart. The poet says every soft musical sound which is created by rain droplet on the tile on the roof, creates an echo or resonance. What is resonance? Echo or reoccurring sound is called echo in the heart. It means the poet feels every sound of raindrop again and again in his heart, and 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being start. And 1,000 dreamy fancies, and 1,000 dreamy means full of fancy, full of imagination, and fancies mean imagination, into busy being start. Busy being, illustration has been used there. Illustration, start. So he says his mind, which is already busy, which is already preoccupied with so many thoughts. So in that already preoccupied mind with so many thoughts, so many imaginative and fanciful thoughts start taking place. When does it happen? When it rains. So when it rains, the poet starts getting so many imaginative and fanciful ideas in his mind, which is already preoccupied with so many thoughts of the world. And 1,000 recollection weave their air threads into the woof. The poet says, when it rains, 1,000 recollections, recollection means old memory, weave their old thread into woof. So what is woof? Woof means something to weave. Or what is woof? In fact, the thread woven across the loom. It's a kind of thread. So when it rains, this rain weaves. What it weaves? It weaves the gap which has taken place between present and past. It means on account of our extreme busyness, we have forgot so many things about the past, but when it rains, rain works as a thread. Because the gap which has taken place, alright, this gap which has taken place, that is stitched, that is woven, by the rain. Because when we lie, when it is raining, so we remember so many memories of the past. So that is why rain in fact weaves this gap of the past. And when it happens as I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. Scene patter, onomatopoeia has been used when we understand something through sound. That's what is called onomatopoeia. So the poet says it happens when he listens this soft musical sound of the rain upon the roof. So when it rains and when he hears pitter patter. What is pitter patter? Soft sound of the rain is called pitter patter. So when he hears this soft musical sound of the rain, then it happens. So let's see the last paragraph. Now in memory comes my mother as she used in years ago. Ago means ago. So the poet says when it rains, he in fact gets so many images in his mind, and among those images there appears an image of his mother also. He remembers his mother the way she used to be years ago. He says, now in memory comes my mother as she used in years ago, the way she used to be years before. To regard the darling dreamers. In darling dreamers, which poetic device is there? Illustration is there, DD. Alright, she used to come to them who are darling dreamers here. Darling dreamers are poet and his cousins. So he says he remembers that image of his mother when she used to come to them. To regard means to express her love. Alright, to show her passion, compassion upon them. So that image revives in the mind of the poet, and when it happens, when it rains. To regard means to love the darling dreamers, alright, those loving dreamers, those small kids who were full of dreams. Ere means before she left them till the dawn. What is dawn? Early morning. So she came to them during the night, to bid them adieu, to say good night to them, to express her love to them before leaving them, till the morning. She had her own bedroom. Alright, so wishing them good night, she used to come to them for expressing her love passionately. Oh, I feel her fond look on me as I listen to the refrain. The poet says, when he listened this refrain, this reoccurring sound of rainfall, he in fact remembers that fond look, that compassionate look, loving look of his mother before eyes. So this rainfall in fact reminds him about her mother, about his mother's fond look, loving look, which in fact he finds in front of his eyes. And when it happens, this and as list means pay attention to this refrain. What is refrain? A reoccurring sound which is played upon the shingles. And where is this reoccurring sound? This reoccurring sound is upon the shingles. Shingles. What are shingles? Again, the square shaped tiles which are used on the roof. They have been called shingle. So when the rain creates this soft musical sound on the rooftop, this soft musical sound reminds the poet about his mother, about her fond look, the way she used to treat him and his cousins. So it proves one thing, that now his mother is no more, and that is why he is missing that fond look. This is a question also given in text, that poet's mother is no more. So but when it rains, he remembers that loving look of his mother by the patter of the rain. This patter, again onomatopoeia is there. This patter sound is created by the rain on the top of the roof. So in this way, rain has been called an agent of nostalgia because it reminds the poet so many things of the past. So in this way, the explanation gets over. Now message, what is the message of the poem? The poem conveys the message that the rain has therapeutic and healing powers and forms lasting memories in human mind of the sights, sound, fragrances and our experience associated with it, especially those involving our loved ones. Rain refreshes us and forces us to recollect and relive our past memories. So I hope that you must have understood this poem. Thank you so much for listening to this video, to this audio of course, so thoroughly. You are great and so am I.